Meet Paris Dillon, whose real name is Paris Dunn, a 23-year-old aspiring model in Southern California with a Kim Kardashian look.
Paris Dillon 550.
And a big social media presence.
Follow me.
Some of your photos are kind of racy.
I like to communicate the sexiness. I like taking pictures where you could feel it.
25,000 Twitter followers, 87,000 Facebook fans, 370,000 Instagram groupies. She's quite the sensation. But Paris might be a little overexposed because she's entangled in one of the most mind-bending internet intrigues of all time. An elaborate catfish scam. Before it's over, there will be vicious threats, blackmail, warrants, and an international criminal investigation.
This is probably one of the most complicated and confusing catfish stories I've ever heard.
What exactly does catfishing mean?
A catfish is someone who uses internet profiles to interact with people online, usually pretending to be either a version of themselves or someone entirely different.
Neve Schulman knows better than anyone. He was a famous victim of a catfish and even made a documentary about it.
Are you ready? Sound, levels.
Bewitched by a beautiful young woman online.
If we met each other, it would be like instantaneous relationship.
Chasing an internet infatuation.
Oh my God.
Only to discover he'd been had.
I've probably been chatting with a guy this whole time.
That oh no moment.
Hi.
His dream girl unmasked as a middle-aged mother.
Got a great imagination.
Neve now regularly exposes similar love scams as the host of his own MTV show, Catfish. But the stunning catfish case we're about to uncover, Neve says, is like nothing he's ever seen.
What this catfish was able to accomplish, incredibly manipulative, wildly creative, and somewhat impressive.
It begins with Paris flirting with pro athletes online.
Hi, everyone.
She's only 17 at the time, but tells people she's older.
It was easy to get in contact with people and follow their pages.
To her delight, Paris appears to catch the eye of NBA basketball star Chris Andersen on Facebook. Nicknamed the Birdman, then with the Denver Nuggets, Andersen's one of the most colorful players in the game.
Oh, here comes the Birdman!
6 foot 10 inches of tattoos, known for his mohawk and crowd-pleasing arm flapping.
Birdman protecting the nest.
Andersen, 33 at the time, is the NBA's cartoon action hero, says sports writer Flender Boyd.
Birdman, he was this effervescent character, this redneck superstar.
He's a true country boy. Fans relate to him as a person. There you can see the couple of tattoos.
Mark Bryant has represented Andersen from the beginning of his career. He's also a mentor and father figure.
I guess I'm probably one of the biggest collectors of Chris's stuff. That giddy family member that collects the stuff.
He was touched by young Chris's big heart and hardscrabble Texas roots.
Chris grew up in a boys' home for several years. His mom got him back, and he had a tough childhood down there.
But the Birdman may have never faced anything as treacherous as the tender trap about to snap on him and Paris.
I ended up receiving a direct message from him on Facebook.
Do you remember what it said?
I think it said like, hey, I see you're a fan.
And what did you think?
A little skeptical that he would just write, but being 17, I was an excited girl.
So excited she can hardly believe it's him. And maybe she shouldn't. Their conversations quickly jump from Facebook to email, texting, and most convincingly, selfies.
And then that's the first one I ever got.
Beginning with this photo snapped in a mirror, unmistakably Chris Andersen.
I was like, oh, it's real then, you know? I mean, he would send selfies all the time like this.
But was there a caption? I mean, did he say anything?
It was just,
hello,
here's a pic, send a selfie back, you know?
Paris later sends this picture of herself wearing Andersen's number 11. She texts, "You like it?" And here's back, "I love, you're beautiful."
This is supposed to be Chris Andersen's Facebook page where he puts, my girl looks better in my jersey than I do. Because
responding to the picture of you in the jersey.
I had sent a picture of me in his jersey. That was his wallpaper.
They're now in a whirlwind online relationship, swapping more pictures.
Becoming friends, you know, sending the selfies. He had a pit bull named Hannibal, and, you know, it was just a baby, so it was fun.
Then a guy calling himself Tom Taylor also connects with Paris online.
Did you know who Tom Taylor was?
I had no idea. He told me in the message he was best friends with Chris Andersen.
If you Google Tom Taylor, he's right there, a professional video gamer. And that's who Paris thinks she's talking to.
What did the message say?
It was like, hey, I see you, like, started talking to Chris Andersen. I know you're a fan.
One thing did puzzle Paris, though, and if she'd only paid more attention, because it would become deeply important later. The phone numbers she has for both Chris Andersen and Tom Taylor have an odd area code from outside the U.S. Tom has an explanation. He always does.
He just said, oh, it's my Google number, you know, it's all good. Me being 17 and dumb, I just believed it.
You let it go?
Yeah.
She'd regret that later. But the California girl and the NBA star Chris Andersen have other things in mind. Though they're 1,000 miles apart and have never really actually spoken on the phone, their relationship is turning X-rated.
Did you send any other photos that might be a little more provocative?
Yeah, we exchanged nude photos.
Were you worried at all as you're sending these that they could fall into the wrong hands?
Honestly, no, not really. I trusted that it was him, and I knew he wouldn't do anything because, you know, of his position.
And egging her on is Chris Andersen's supposed friend, Tom Taylor, who suggests that Paris and the Birdman take their relationship into the real world.
How does that happen?
We're talking, and he's like, I can let you guys meet. He wants to meet you.
What did you think when he said, do you two want to hang out?
Well, by that point, I was like, yeah, sure.
Intrigued by the adventure of her steamy online relationship, Paris accepts an invitation for a weekend rendezvous in Denver. Chris buys a ticket, Paris packs a bag, and concocts a story for her mom.
What do you say to your mom?
I had said that I was going to go see a boyfriend that I was seeing at the time that I had seen a month earlier. She trusted me, and I went on my way.
And it never troubled you that you're going to see this guy and you've never even spoken to him on the phone?
No, it didn't. I was just into the texting and the selfies and the pictures. That's what I trusted.
That trust would lead to big trouble. But Paris, blinded by excitement, is soon on her way to Denver.